This is the Lancer Locker Show on KYNT. Now, let's talk some Mount Marty University athletics with the coaches, as well as your host and the voice of Mount Marty University athletics, Tel Tanner.
All right, back in the booth on another Monday as we return to interviewing student athletes and coaches of Mount Marty University. You get to know each and every one of them every Monday evening on KYNT. This is 102.1 FM, AM 1450. The Lancer Locker. My name is Tel Tanner. I'm back in the booth here, and we're talking Mount Marty Track and Field this week as they just had the Mount Marty opener on Saturday here in Yankton at the Ruth Donahue First Dakota Fieldhouse. And not only that, they've got an indoor meet at home coming up again this weekend. It's back-to-back weekends for Mount Marty Track and Field, so we thought it'd be fun to sandwich these interviews right in the middle of it. We spoke with the assistant coach and Seth Wiebelhaus about this team and kind of what the performances that they had. We'll finish the show with that. And we also spoke with a Mount Marty senior in Carl Massa. Carl's a guy that I actually have known for years. Knew him back when we were kids. We grew up in the same neck of the woods over in West River, South Dakota. And it was really fun to see him again over the last couple of years at Mount Marty. Now he's getting ready to graduate, and I finally had an excuse to get him in the booth. So that was really fun. We spoke for quite a long time, actually, about everything going on with him and what his future holds, some of the things he's done in life. I did not know that he was a firefighter for a while as well. He was a wildland firefighter traveling around the country, as well as a Mount Marty Track and Field athlete trying to go into the medical field. He's got the MCAT coming up. He's a busy dude, so we spoke with him all about it. So we're going to go to that in a couple minutes. First, let's go back to the week in review. Let's talk about the track meet from Saturday for the Lancers. They claimed 8 event titles this past weekend at the home meet. Jonathan Van Leen won the 60-meter hurdles. It was Zavio Prado who won the 400. Cooper Grotenhuis won the triple jump as well. Samuel Favreto won the 600. Drake Nemitz won the 1,000. Joseph Cross won the 3,000. And the 1,600-meter relay team for the men won as well in Osceola Cantu, Jet Janvrin, Drake Nemitz, and Tag Tweet. They won the 1,600-meter relay. Zelly Sorensen led the Lancer women with a first-place finish as well in the 200. Next up for Mount Marty is a home invitational and the multi-event competition this weekend, the 16th and 17th, Friday, Saturday in Yankton. Let's talk about the basketball teams, too, as they had one heck of a week over the last week here, as they both go to Northwestern on Wednesday and win against the Northwestern Red Raiders. The Lancer men at the end of the week are 6-5 overall. Both teams split the week, by the way. They both get wins over Northwestern. They both fall in the Corn Palace up in Mitchell on Saturday. The Lancer women are now 6-6. The Lancer men are coming in at 6-5. They're both right around that 500 mark in the middle of the standings of the GPAC right at the moment. They both get Wednesday off. This is kind of their little mini bye week. They do not play on Wednesday, the usual GPAC schedule. They'll be back on Saturday, another road game at Briar Cliff in Sioux City. We will have all coverage of that doubleheader as usual on KYNT starting at 1:15 pregame. 2 o'clock will be the start of the women's game at Briar Cliff. Men's game to follow. All right, with that, let's turn back to track and field. We'll take our break. We'll thank a couple of our sponsors, and we'll come back with a Mount Marty senior in Carl Massa. I spoke with him a little earlier today. That talk up next.
A big thank you from Mount Marty University to one of Yankton's greatest employers and friend of the community, Aztec. They're very proud to support the Mount Marty Lancers. The vision at Aztec is to build industry-changing solutions that create life-changing opportunities. And you can build a career with the group that's built to connect from rock to road. Click careers at aztecindustries.com. Best wishes, Mount Marty, from your friends at Aztec.
From the first wails of surprise to first day of school questions, playground adventures, learning to drive stress, and graduation cheers, they'll always be your little sunshine. At Avera Children's, we get kids, teens, and parents too. We'll step you through first checkups, milestones, sickness, and specialized care when your child needs it, and treat them like our own every step of the way. Learn more at avera.org/children's.
Mount Marty coverage on KYNT and KYNT-TV courtesy of Michelob Ultra. The holidays are over and it's time for a new year. The year you vow to finally lose those extra pounds. Healthier food choices, more exercise, and Michelob Ultra. With just 95 calories and 2.6 grams of carbs, you can enjoy the crisp, refreshing taste of Mich Ultra without compromising a healthier lifestyle. Live fit, live fun, live Ultra. Get some at your favorite place to buy beer.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC.
Runza's Barbecue Bacon Swiss Burger is for barbecue lovers.
I respect barbecue.
That's great, Carl.
No, you don't understand. The balance of sweet and smoky barbecue sauce, the crispiness of the bacon, the way Swiss cheese just melts over everything. It's an art form.
So you approve?
I'm having a moment here.
Try the Barbecue Bacon Swiss Burger at Runza, because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Hi, I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate. Buying or selling a home can be complicated, but with 20 years of experience, I'm here to put you at ease and make the process as easy as possible. We offer moving boxes and the use of our courtesy trailer to make your real estate journey a smooth one. Call me, Deb Speck, with Vision Real Estate, 605-664-5555.
All right, back here on the Lancer Locker on KYNT. I'm Tel Tanner here for 102.1 FM AM 1450. The Lancer Locker. As we now bring in a Mount Marty track star, I'm going to call you a star just because I like you. His name's Carl Massa, a guy I go way back with. I don't even know how old we are when we first met, but we're from the same neck of the woods. You're from Hot Springs, South Dakota. I come from Edgemont, and those towns are small towns on West River side of South Dakota, like 20 minutes apart, and I know we have a lot of mutual friends. So it's good to see you again, my guy. First things first.
Yeah, good to see you too. It's always a good time.
It's been a long time. I don't remember. Obviously, I've seen you over the last couple of years here at Mount Marty, but I have not. Before that, I probably hadn't seen you since we were like 10 years old.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It sounds about right. We always hung out. Your cousin, I believe, was one of my best friends growing up, and we would always spend time at his house. Miss that guy. I love that guy. And so it was always fun. We would always play Xbox games together back in the day.
I remember back in the day hanging out. Yeah, it was a good time.
All right, well, let's catch up. Let's talk about now. And Mount Marty, as you are now a senior in college, you are ready to graduate here sometime soon and go out in the world. So can you tell me, how has Mount Marty treated you over the last couple of years? What's it like being a college athlete?
Mount Marty has treated me amazingly, and just kind of both the academic and the athletic worlds. They're both very different spheres, and I think as a person who's coming to an NAIA school, I mean, some people are obviously going to have hopes for, maybe the Olympics or professionals, but I think most people who come to an NAIA school are thinking further than their sport, and sure, you want to do great in both, but the athletics and the academics here at Mount Marty have been awesome to me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something you got to keep in mind is your future. You got to figure out what's after college once you've run your last race. And I assume you've thought about that a little bit. First up, can you give your major and what you're kind of studying, and then we'll get into your future.
Yeah, so I'm a biology pre-health major, which is the pre-med major here at Mount Marty. And I guess I'm gonna go to med school after this. My dad is a dentist, and he's kind of got me thinking about dental school, and I've given it some thought. But right now, my main focus is the one that I came in with, which is getting into med school.
Getting into med school. So you mentioned dentistry. Is there any other branches of maybe healthcare that you've thought, that's an option?
I am really fascinated just by how different like the human body can be in terms of like metabolism and how we all take different foods and turn them into different things. Just depending on how different our bodies are. So nutrition is something that I really am interested in. So I think being a nutritionist would be really fun.
Dietitian, nutritionist, that's that type of area. That'd be really cool, just to be able to study. So you kind of mentioned you're really fascinated by it and you want to study it a little bit. When you go into, walk me through the medical process, because I didn't go to medical school, as most people would probably assume after hearing me speak. So can you walk me through the process of becoming, you're getting your undergrad here, then where do you go? Your master's, doctorate after that? Walk me through it.
So obviously you get your undergrad, and then you take this really huge, important, life-determining test, basically, for physicians, which is the MCAT. Now, I haven't taken it yet, but Mount Marty has an MCAT prep course that I'm in right now that basically prepares you for this test. And people who've taken that course usually do really well. And so once I take that test, I'm actually probably going to take a gap year, just because the application windows are in the spring. So with that, I guess I won't be able to apply until the 27 semester, the fall of 27, just because the application window for med school is that long.
Wow. So you got a little bit of time even after estimated graduation in the spring. Obviously, even if you get that undergrad right this spring, you still got to wait until the fall to even take the MCAT. So you got some time to study at least over the summer.
Yeah. I'm thinking I'm going to take the MCAT this spring. And then, because people for this the summer...
You take it this spring.
Yeah. So the summer of 26, right, is when people are hearing back right now for that, this fall semester for med school. Those people are hearing their acceptance letters now. So if I wanted to get in for the fall of 26, I would actually need to have taken the MCAT and submitted my application already. Well, I hadn't taken those courses yet, and so I just didn't feel like I would be ready to take it last year. So I'm taking it this year instead, and
Gotcha.
I'll take a gap year and kind of, stockpile some money for myself. I'll work and try and get more relevant experience, shadow hours, different things like that, to bolster my application to med school.
So let's turn to work and off the track, out of this classroom. Where you work, we get to see each other a lot. As you work over at the Yankton Press in Dakotan part-time, you have at least over the last couple of months. So I've got to see you covering Mount Marty athletics, where I am a lot, and we've got to see each other there. So how was that, working with the Yankton P&D?
It was a lot of fun. Personally, for me, I love to write. It's one of the things I've kind of really developed here at college, is my writing skills. And I also love sports. I am a super huge Vikings fan. This year was a little rough, but I love football. I love track and field. I actually am a really big basketball fan. And so just writing about sports has kind of become one of my passions. And I really enjoyed my time working with James Simbrick over at the P&D. It was really good.
He's a legend. I love that guy. Just won Sports Writer of the Year in South Dakota. Very deserved. I love him. Anyway, let's keep going with you. More things you're going to be doing. Gap year. You say you're going to stockpile some money. I assume that means working. What are you planning?
Well, I haven't heard back yet, but hopefully in the next couple months I'll hear back from the National Park Service. In the past, I've worked at Wind Cave National Park as a wildland firefighter, and I know it sounds pretty bizarre how far east that is, but when I go back home, it's a pretty common thing to have wildfires in the Black Hills. So, it's something I really enjoy, just helping people in general, and I also enjoy physical activity and hiking and camping and things like that. So if I can go out into middle of nowhere where there's no cell service and fight a fire and get paid to do that, that's something I really enjoy.
So you were a firefighter for how long?
I was a seasonal firefighter for 2 years in a row, and then I did kind of a research year. So I did research over the last summer.
Okay. So Black Hills fires. How many fires do you think you were on?
I was probably on a handful of fires in the Black Hills, but that's just because the Black Hills season, the fire season there really kind of kicks up during the later summer months, and so obviously I have to come back to school.
August, September is when it really gets rolling.
But I went to California, I went to New Mexico, where else did I went to Colorado, and so I got to kind of see the Western United States and go fight fires in other places.
Wow, that's really cool. I've known a lot of people that have done exactly that. They've just traveled around to these different places. Can you walk me through the trip to Colorado, California, and you said New Mexico? Like, what does it kind of look like? Obviously, you're there for a purpose. There's a job to do, and a very important job at that. But what does it kind of look like when you are taken out there?
Yeah, so we call them roles. So each role is 14 days. So you're there and you work for 14 days straight, and that doesn't include your travel. So however long it takes you to get there, once you get there, you start with day one. And then you kind of do whatever they want you to do. If you're on a severity, which is basically when they order extra resources just to kind of help out because there's high fire danger. But then sometimes you get directly assigned to work a specific fire, and you do whatever they want you to do on that specific fire. And so sometimes you can be doing a prescribed fire as well. That's what I did in Colorado. I went there, and it was a lot of fun.
That's really cool. And cool experience as well, just to, you know, have the stories of this is what you did, and you kind of understand it a little better after doing it, I assume.
And especially now, I know back in the day there might not have been a lot of science associated with it, but now there's so much, they call it fire science, and there's so many different things that they are really looking into now more than they have before, as far as how fire is like healthy for the landscape, and you need to do these prescribed fires and different things like that.
No, I didn't want to turn the whole interview into fighting fire, but that was just a cool little tangent there. Something I didn't know about you. So that's pretty cool. What are some of the other maybe interests you have, things that you do when you're not running track and you're not in the classroom?
I guess if you followed Mount Marty Theater for the last 2 years, I've been really, really enjoying my time with them. I was in 4 different shows, and I really do enjoy acting. I think it's fun, it's challenging, and I like making people laugh. And then also I really am involved with the choirs here for the past 4 years. I really love to sing as well. So
I've definitely seen you out there doing that. You really seem to enjoy it. I always see you smiling when you're up on a stage, when you're singing in the choir. That has got to be really fun to be able to do all of these things all at once when you're at Mount Marty.
Yeah,
you don't get that everywhere.
Yeah, that's definitely was my appeal coming here, because I was kind of like in between. Well, I can go to USD and I can just do my major, and then maybe I'll try and do choir for fun. And then I did a visit at Mount Marty, and I was like, well, I could come here. I could do academics with kind of the smaller setting that I'm used to, coming from a smaller school. And then I could do track and choir as well. It was like, that was pretty much hook, line, and sinker for me.
We're going to talk with one of your coaches and Coach Wiebelhaus coming up in a couple of minutes. But I got to ask you now, on the track itself, let's go over track and field. What are the events that you run in normal meets?
Normal meets, I'm kind of a 400 specialist. I've really kind of built a mantra of 400, 4x4. Whenever Coach Seth texts me and he asks me what I want to run, sometimes I switch it up. If we're not going to try and run our really fast 4x4, I'll run a 200. Actually, at the last meet, I ran a 60 kind of for fun, just to shake off the rust. Yeah. It went about as well as you could figure a 400 runner. Doing the 60 wasn't very good, but it was still fun. But yeah, I'm pretty much a 400 specialist.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what is your time? Best time? Personal best?
So my overall personal best is 50.20, and that was at outdoor conference. And I know I could have ran it faster. I say that a lot, but I'm kind of known for going out really slow and then kind of regretting that at the end of the race. But I also am known for doing a lot better during the relays. When we actually qualified for nationals, I split a 48.6 when we qualified for nationals last year at USD.
So when you've got teammates that are sitting there counting on you, you seem to be at your best. That's almost a really cool thing to be able to say. I like that.
Yeah.
So personal best for individual, you said you were just over that 50 mark. So I got to assume goals for this year is get under that 50 mark.
Yep, for sure. And I honestly think I can do it indoor. It depends. I'll probably have to do it on a 300-meter track, so we'll get one opportunity later this year to do that. But I think that, just kind of based on these indicator workouts that we do, I know I can run those times.
So let's talk about indoor versus outdoor. I got to ask, differences here. because it's cold outside. So we're in indoor season. So what do you prefer? Do you prefer running outdoors or indoors? And what do you think the biggest difference is for you?
Outdoors, 100%. The biggest difference for me is definitely the corners. I mean, indoor, you have to run these really tight corners, and it produces so much more strain on your body.
It's a smaller track, basically.
Yeah, it's a 200 compared to a 400-meter track. So indoor, I have to run 2 laps for the 400. Outdoor, I run 1. And it's just a lot more wear and tear on your body. A lot of people complain about chin splints. I'm kind of having some stiffness in my knees this year. I was really hurt when the athletic trainer said it's because I'm getting older. That wasn't my favorite answer.
How old are you now?
I am 22.
Oh, you're an old man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, indoor definitely provides its own set of challenges, and part of it is a mental challenge. Indoor season coincides with kind of the months of the year where it's not very bright outside, doesn't very much sun, and so a lot of people are kind of down in the dumps anyway with some seasonal depression type stuff. And then you go and you see yourself running these times that are often much slower than what you would be running outdoor, and it's just it's pretty disheartening for some people. And obviously we have a huge freshman core this year, so it's kind of getting all of those people to realize, well, this is indoor season. It's going to be different. It's going to feel different, and you just kind of have to go out there and do it.
You're kind of talking about leading a little bit, some of the things that you've learned over the years, and now you're a senior. What's that been kind of like?
Yeah, it's at least on the sprint side, I'm kind of the grandpa of the group.
He's 22 and a grandpa.
I have a lot of people who will just especially at the start of the year when they got here, I was just kind of like talking to them about our program and kind of saying like, this is what we normally do, and then kind of helping them ease in. And then also just maybe not on a track side, helping them ease into finding like a friend group and helping them when they were kind of newer here. I kind of love that mentorship role. I love helping people. And so any way I could do that for all the underclassmen is something that I really wanted to do.
Well, I'll tell you what, Carl, I appreciate you for stopping by and taking the time with us today. This was a fun talk, and I learned a lot about you that I didn't know, so that was really fun. Do you have any final things you want to leave us with? A shout-out family, friends, maybe?
Yeah. I'd like to shout out my family. You know, one of the reasons I kind of did track initially is because my dad and my brother were super into it. My brother ran track at School of Mines, SD School of Mines in Rapid City. And my dad has coached in Hot Springs for a while, and they're just really big influences, both of them, on me. My dad has really kind of helped me through track and field, and now that I'm almost done, I only have a couple more months of this left. The more I look back, the more I realize how influential he has been on me.
Well, I tell you what, man, thank you for coming in today. Go get that sub 50. I'm going to be watching all the results. You got an upcoming meet this weekend. Maybe that's the time. If it's not, you got plenty of meets on the horizon to go get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you.
I appreciate you, man. Thanks for stopping by. This is the Lancer Locker on KYNT 102.1 FM AM 1450. We'll take a break, come back with Coach Wiebelhaus of Mount Marty Track and Field up next.
Carbless handcrafted premium cocktails are a ready-to-drink vodka and tequila-based cocktail with no carbs, no sugar, gluten-free, and only 100 calories. It's guaranteed to be bursting with flavor in every sip. The Carbless Mix Pack is sure to please any crowd with a compilation of all the best-selling ready-to-drink cocktails, including sweet, citrus, and a twist of tequila flavors like lemon lime, black raspberry, cranberry, and margarita. Grab some today. Carbless Cocktails. Less is more.
In nearly every family's lineage, there's a tie to agriculture. It's a legacy reflected in how we raise our kids, help our neighbors, and respect what we have. Farmers Union Insurance was built on that legacy. And while our roots are in agriculture, our protection has grown to include home, auto, business, health, and life. Protect your legacy. Farmers Union Insurance.
Call Brendan Hansen and Brandon Tykrow or visit them at Suite 101B Morgan Square in Yankton.
Looking for fuel or more? Stop by Triple Time Rudy's, your locally owned convenience store at 17th and Broadway. At Triple Time Rudy's, they're proud to support the community, offering fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers and backing local activities and events. Inside, you'll discover regional favorites like Dimmick cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. Whether it's a quick snack, a tank of top-quality fuel, or a taste of local goodness, Triple Time Rudy's, fueling your day, fueling the community.
When First Dakota National Bank created Dakota Mac in 1993, we knew we could offer ag producers something few other banks dared to. Long-term, fixed-rate loans for ag real estate refinances and purchases. Today, we go by Landera, and we provide the same great service. And even more banking options to help your operation thrive for generations to come. Banking evolves. Trust endures. Landera, a division of First Dakota National Bank.
Sherco, the industry leader in tarping, has done it again with the release of the all-new Sherlock E-Series electric tarp. The E-Series features fully assembled front and rear arm, a pre-wired sealed control box, and Sherco's exclusive SmartWire sealed harness for quick and easy installation. Operate the E-Series with the SureLink EZR remote or by your smartphone using the SureLink app. Add more time to your day with the Sherlock E-Series. To learn more, contact your authorized Sherco distributor or find us at Sherco.com. Demand the best. Demand Sherco.
Beef, pork, seafood, poultry, and more, all at the Meat Lodge in Yankton. Get top quality meats at great prices. They have specialty items like lamb, brisket, bison, mahi-mahi, crab legs, and lobster. They even have non-meat options like Dimmick cheese, pickled items, seasonings, and sauces. The Meat Lodge in Yankton on the way to the lake on Highway 52. For more, call 689-3000 or go to themeatlodge.com.
All right, back here in the Lancer Locker on KYNT 102.1 FM AM 1450. As we now turn to Seth Wiebelhaus, assistant coach for Mount Marty University Track and Field, a Mount Marty athlete in his own heyday, now here coaching. What year are you in coaching now?
This is my third year.
Third year coaching, here for all 4 years, and then grad assistant, were you?
Yeah, I competed for 1 year of my graduate program, and then I coached the next year after that.
So in other words, you've been here a while. What year did you actually come to Mount Marty in the first place?
2018.
2018. That was, man, you're only 1 year after me. I went to college in 2017. Am I getting old? Are you getting old? How old are you?
I'll be 26 in April.
26, so. Yeah, okay. I just turned 27. All right. I feel older and older every day. When you hit 27, it's not fun because now you're in your late 20s. So that'll be coming up here pretty quick. You won't enjoy that. How's it kind of been like coaching some of these guys that you've been teammates with over the past couple of years and now coaching them? Obviously in year 3, so you've had a little bit of time to adjust to this, but how has the adjustment gone?
Yeah, I'm in the last group that I actually ran with is the senior class this year, and it's been kind of a great friendship that I've established with these athletes, and they've got great trust in me, and I've got trust in them, and it's been quite fun. I'm actually kind of sad for all of them to be leaving this year, but with my recruiting classes and Coach Fitz's recruiting classes taking their spots, we're excited for the future years to come. So.
Now, obviously you grew as an athlete over years, but now as a coach, you got to grow as a recruiter. How has that been?
Definitely a challenge with balancing home life and recruiting-wise, but learning every day, and I just want to bring as many people to have the same experience that I had here, and it's a little bit more fun that way.
And we won't get Dan Fitzsimmons in today for time reasons, but can you tell me about your head coach and what it's been like working with him?
Yeah, he's had a lot of experience in coaching, teaching and all that stuff. Yeah, I've been learning, sitting under his wing, just learning every day from him. He does like to talk, so I'd like to pick his brain as much as possible, but it's been a great experience. We're lucky to have him.
All right, let's go ahead and go to this meet from this last weekend. There were 8 event titles and a lot of titles where you go 1-2. What can you tell me? Like, this is the first meet back out of the holiday break. It's the first one in quite a while. So how do you think your team did overall?
Overall, we did great. We had some good competition with Dakota State and USF there. Even St. Mary's from Omaha came up with their women's squad. But it was first meet back. I like to call it a glorified practice, really. We had quite a few good experiences for all of our athletes. Pole vaulters went really well. They had some PRs in there. Our 60s went really well for coming back, not touching a track. And just overall in general, all the way across the board, we've had pretty good success in the first meet. Nothing I was really expecting, but it kind of just happened.
So let's talk about the schedule here. So you just had the Mount Marty opener, which was on Saturday. Now you got the MMU Invitational and Multis coming up this weekend. You got back-to-back meets in Yankton. That's got to be really nice, but also for you, a little bit stressful, I assume, as you're hosting the whole thing. What's it been like?
Yeah, it's really nice to stay home. You don't have to wake up as early to get on a bus. But, finding people to help. A lot of people have been stepping up and taking spots, and it's been fun. It's nice to stay at home. You get home field advantage. And this meet being our bigger meet with more schools joining us, it should be a lot more competitive. And it is also our family night, too.
And that was this upcoming weekend.
Yep, that'll be this coming weekend.
So absolutely go out and see that. The Ruth Donahue First Dakota Fieldhouse in Yankton. Beautiful facility for indoor track and field that even just got better recently as you just brought in the new video board. What was that like using it this weekend?
Oh, it was definitely a plus. We had a few, I'd say, mishaps, just kind of learning the technology yet, but we're straightening that out for this next meet, and hopefully it'll be even better experience for everybody else. But for a crowd stance, you don't have to worry about what the times are. It pops right up on the board. You don't have to have your phones out as much. It shows some videos. It shows some advertising. So it's really just a overall better experience for everybody in there.
And I'm reading about it. It's 22 feet wide by 13 feet high. It's big. It's a very big video board. That's actually impressively large. So how big, like when you're you can see it from anywhere, I assume, and read it from the other side of the building.
Oh yeah, you can see it all the way across from the basketball courts. If there was windows outside, you could see it through the windows. We're all interested in having a movie night in there or something because it's so clear. It's very nice to have.
All right, now I got to ask, if you get the chance to do a movie night in there, what's your pick for a movie?
That's a good question. I'd have to... man.
You're going to have to get back to me on that
I will have to get back to you on that
I
one.
would love to know that. Your choice of one movie in there, what would it be? Would you go throwback or something modern? Maybe you could get something from like Cinema Magic, a new release, and
that would be
kind of
cool, yeah.
That'd be really cool. All right, let's go ahead and talk about Carl Massa then, the Mount Marty senior that we just had in the booth a couple of minutes ago. A guy I've known for years and I like a lot. What can you tell me about Carl and his development over the past 4 years at Mount Marty?
Well, yeah, Carl's been a great leader these last couple of years. He came in, nothing too crazy in terms of times and all that stuff. He was a 400 runner running a 55 in high school. We picked him up. My head coach before me picked him up. I was a teammate with him for a while. He's just been getting better and better every year. This last year as a junior, he split a 48 for us in the 4x4. So that's quite a bit of time difference in the 55, going from a 55 to a 48, and very impressive. He works hard. He pushes the other athletes, and he's just been a great athlete to have around.
So let's turn to upcoming schedule here. Is obviously you're in the indoor season, outdoor season around the corner, and this is not the only weekend, 2 week back-to-back weekends of meets you're going to be having, as you've got another one coming up on February 13th, and then you get into the outdoor season, and there will be some in the area as well. You got the Mount Marty Twilight at Williams Field coming up as well. So the upcoming schedule, goals for this team. Where do you want to see this team by the end of indoor going into outdoor?
Yeah, we're set to be performing pretty well. Our women's team finished 4th place in the indoor conference last year. We didn't lose much of the scores for us last year, so hopefully we can do 4th place or even better. And then our men's team, we kind of fell down to 6th place, I think is what we finished last year for indoor. But with the freshmen that we brought in, we should be able to score a lot higher than that. Some kids to watch, I guess I should say, is our seniors, Josie Wallstrom, Lexi Even, and Azeli Sorensen. They've been absolutely crushing it. And then we also have a freshman, too, on the women's team, Whitney Wahlberg, and then Mia Woods as well for sprinting sides. But then for the men's side, we got to watch. We brought in an Italian Sam Favoretto, and then French kid Bastian Firstas, and those guys have been killing it in the 400 for us, and even the 600 too. So, and then obviously we still have Xavier Prado from Canada, and then Carl Massa, Austin Goebel, and Cooper. Cooper just won the triple jump this last weekend too, Cooper Grutenhaus, and that's just been. He's been getting better and better every year, too, so it's a lot of fun watching them. And then, obviously, our pole vaulters, too. I forgot to mention them. They, Maya Zoner and Paige Clausen, they've been crushing it every meet we've been going to, and it's been a lot of fun.
I love watching the results and just seeing new school record, like almost every single time you guys compete in different events. And that's really, really fun to just see the progress, just over and over again, records being broken.
Yeah, for sure. I think since I've been coaching, we've been averaging like 13 school records every year. So
that's pretty good.
It's pretty fun.
And you've already coached 2 national champions, and then you've got that. I bet Coach Fitzsimmons teases you a lot that all of a sudden you're here and the records are just going crazy.
Yeah. I still got a couple of my records to be broken yet. But
hey, there we go.
Forward.
Hasn't had anybody do that one yet. All right. What's it gonna be like? Eventually, it's gonna happen. Records made to be broken. What's that gonna be like? Kind of watching your own records be broken, especially if it's someone you get to coach.
Yeah, we have a multi right now. John Van Leen, and he's from the Netherlands, but he's been creeping up every year, closer and closer. He's only a sophomore, so it'll be exciting to see what he can do. He ran a really good hurdle race. Him and Ozzy did this last weekend, and it'll be fun. I love watching it. So.
Well, Coach, thank you very much for your time today. Thank you for coming in and talking after this last meet on Saturday and this upcoming one this weekend as well. Everybody come out and watch them. It'll be Friday, Saturday in Yankton at the Ruth Donahue First Dakota Fieldhouse. Thank you very much for joining me, Coach.
No problem.
This is the Lancer Locker on KYNT 102.1 FM AM 1450. Mount Marty Lancer Athletics on the airwaves this evening. We'll take a break, come back, and wrap things up on 102.1 FM AM 1450 KYNT.
Hey Lancer fans, time to hit the court at Lewis & Clark Ford. The Ford F-150 is your power forward, strong and ready for any challenge.
The Ford Escape is your point guard, fast, agile, and perfect for daily drives.
The Ford Explorer is your center, big, bold, and built for the whole team. Meet our new finance manager and sales manager, plus an all-new sales team, bringing fresh hustle and hometown heart.
Check out the full lineup at lewisandclarkford.com.
Lewis & Clark Ford, your home court for unbeatable deals, right at 4th and Capitol in Yankton.
Those are the sounds of loyal companions looking for a new home and family. The Heartland Humane Society has dogs and cats looking to become a new member of your family, ready for adoption today. Every animal available for adoption is vaccinated, spayed or neutered, microchipped, and dewormed, saving you over $200 or more in vet care while giving you a loyal friend. Come visit all available animals at 3400 East Highway 50 Yankton or online at heartlandhumanesociety.net.
At Parker of Yankton, we are powered by the hard work of our employees, the loyalty of our customers, and the support of our community. Together, we're engineering success like never before. Looking to start the new year with a career where you're valued and appreciated? Join the Parker team today. Visit parker.com to apply. From all of us at Parker of Yankton, thank you for making this year unforgettable.
Parker, engineering your success.
To a fresh start and boundless opportunities, here's to a new year of success and celebration from all of us at Parker of Yankton.
Long day, good day, either way, Yankton Pizza Ranch makes it easy. Our buffet is always ready with fresh pizzas, mouth-watering desserts, and the country's best chicken. No waiting, no stress, just grab a plate and enjoy. So when you need comfort made simple, make today a buffet day at Yankton Pizza Ranch. Buffet every day from 11 to 8.
It's where life tastes better. Surround them up and head her down to the Pizza Ranch. Whoa, that's good.
Slumberland Furniture is your local destination for top brands like Lazy Boy, Ashley, Flex Steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and more. Carrying a full range of mattresses and furniture for every room in your home, you'll find styles you'll love at values that make sense. From everyday essentials to name brand comfort, Slumberland offers the selection, and their service goes the extra mile. Visit Slumberland Furniture, 2401 Broadway in Yankton, where helping you create a comfortable home is what they do best.
All right, back here in the Lancer Locker on KYNT 102.1 FM AM 1450. Carl Massa and Seth Wiebelhaus, both in the booth today, talking with me about Mount Marty Track and Field. That was a fun couple of talks with those two guys. I love having Seth in any chance I get. Coach Fitzsimmons will have him in a little later this spring as well. And Carl, his first time in the booth, and I thought he did pretty well. He's a well-spoken guy, I'll tell you that. So that was really fun getting to learn a little bit more about him. We do this every week. We talk with Mount Marty student-athletes and coaches for different programs around the university every Monday evening, and we will be back next week with more. That's going to do it today for the Lancer Locker. Once again, our upcoming schedule at KYNT, KYNTV. We will have Mount Marty basketball on the road on Saturday at Briar Cliff. We'll see you then. Thank you for listening tonight. I've been Tel Tanner. This has been the Lancer Locker on KYNT.